Now, here with us with unique perspective, two Minneapolis radio reporters from WCCO AM Radio News, Susie Jones and Henry Lake. Thank you both very much for joining me. You bring us great perspective. Susie, I want to start with you. While the soldiers haven't been deployed quite yet, what are you hearing there on the ground in terms of, the possible effect this is going to have on protesters? Because we know that they're going to hear about this. We know that things have been ramping up. How are people bracing for this?
Well, I think I want to start out by saying, if you don't mind, that these protests are limited to the federal building, and then this weekend, and what you're seeing now is a video taken outside the federal building, which is in the very southern part of the city. That is not a daily occurrence in the rest of the city. It's important that people understand Minneapolis is not burning. But I think another important point to bring out is that there are 3 times as many federal agents in Minneapolis right now as there are police. So to add 1,500 more, my first reaction was it would be crowded. I would be curious what they would be doing, because just to point out, there was a protest downtown Minneapolis, and Henry can maybe speak to this, yesterday, and then at the Whipple building. But I would say right now we're pretty inundated with federal agents.
Okay. Well, also, and thank you for bringing that up so that we all have a perspective of where this is happening. But we have seen residential raids going on. But as you note, what's happening in the last 24 hours has been at those federal buildings. Henry, Walz and Frey have both openly condemned federal immigration operations in the city. So let's talk about what actions led to the DOJ's obstruction of justice allegations, as you've been reporting there at your radio station.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we don't really know what all parts have led to the charges here. We know that Minnesotans are feeling a certain way about all of this. And to be quite honest with you, like Susie mentioned, with regards to actual protests and how expansive it is, there are certain pockets where people are protesting, like Susie just brought up, but there's not certain pockets of where people are being detained. With regards to how the ICE operation is going, I got to be honest with you. People are feeling stressed out. People are feeling fearful. People are feeling really, the weight of the world right now, because people are not able to live their lives. It will be assuming for me to try to even get inside the mind of those decision makers about where they're trying to go with charges and how they feel about Jacob Pry and Governor Tim Walz.
Okay, well, let's go back to what we saw here on our air last week, and I'm sure you've seen it. We were taking a live feed from an AP camera. This is what played out just literally, it was a week ago today. It happened right here on this show in this hour, in the noon Eastern hour, where we watched this happen, where they were going after somebody. We watched him get arrested and be put in a car. This is a residential area, and maybe it's isolated, Susie. I want to get back to you on where this is happening and what we saw play out, because, this is what the rest of the world is seeing also with those federal buildings. What are listeners telling you?
It's hard to see that video. I know I've seen it before, but I think listeners in general are, as the polls show, generally, here's how I would describe it to you, honestly. Everyone to a T would say, in Minnesota, we don't want illegal immigrants who are violent offenders. We don't want rapists. We don't want murderers. We don't want people who will hurt us in this state. Everyone agrees with that, 100%. The way in which it's happening is random. No one knows the plan, which is, I guess, fine. They don't have to share it. No one has a list like, okay, here's 55 criminals we need to get out, and tell us, okay, let's all work together to find these guys on the list that are awful and get them out. But what's happening is that people are getting picked up at the bus stop and the senior scene there and at Target. And I think there's a real sense of uncertainty, like what's the plan? There doesn't seem to be it seems very, I wouldn't say willy-nilly, because of course I'm sure they have some idea of what they're doing. I pray they do.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.